Hey, this is the antisocial socialite back at it again. Shout out to everybody in YouTube land. I wanted to kind of come off this subject. Wait. I really appreciate all the wonderful new subscribers. Thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate you. Share the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Yada, yada, yada. Wow. CJ Carls, the high value nurse in the building, Soul and Black. Honored to see you guys in the house. Listen. O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? He just put up a video talking about Cynthia G allegedly has done yet another clout chasing live stream talking about abort black male babies, right? And I wanted to get off this thing because obviously the conversation is pretty macabre. It's quite a sinister thing to talk about. It's sad, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I'd already made a couple of videos and talked about it, and I was going to let it go. And then apparently this chick has literally she's got, I think it's an up-and-coming live stream called If Aborting Black Male Babies Is Not the Solution, Then What Is? All right? I mean, okay, you want to say this is the solution. Shout out to Manu12 in the building. Stinky Cynthia's definitely back at it again, right? So when I went and I checked for the title of the video, there is something there. Pause this for a second. But Cynthia G does actually have something. It says no views. So I don't know. It says the 13th of November, but then she didn't actually do the live. All right. So you guys can see that right there. Let me just full screen it for you. Shout out to George in the building. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. And look, at the end of the day, this is what these women want to do. This is their body and this is their choice. So obviously they're the ones who have to deal with the consequences of the decision that they're going to make. George said, if these dudes back Sinji so much, they should show the world they're committed by aborting themselves first. And, you know, it was just a ridiculous, a statement to make, right? Cool. You know, they have the right to do whatever they want. Okay, they're going to do it. A man doesn't have an abortion. So at the end of the day, they're, and then look, oh, God. You know, then we got somebody in the comments section. Oh, I'm so tempted to type something. I'm so tempted. Look at this person, Majestic J42. We need to report this stream. I'm so tempted to type, do not report the stream. Oh. And I don't even know. This has been up for a couple of days. I don't even know what the date is, but it says here the 13th, and I know today at the 13th. What's good, Stoic One, man? Okay. So when I went to check out the video for Is It True? Because, you know, I don't watch Cynthia G and people send me things and I can't be bothered to actually intervene in the comment section. I don't want to get in their live stream because I'm not able for the harpies, man. I'm not able for them, man. I swear down. Let me show you. Because there's some other videos have appeared as well, but I wasn't really checking it. I was just dealing with Cynthia G. Black female predator wants to abort black male babies. I don't know. I haven't watched that video. I'm not going to watch it either. Look, there's my video. Yay. And then this is the one we need to talk about. This mad simp. This mad simp. This guy whose testicles are obviously in Nyla's purse. Like, I find men like this so repulsive. I don't even know why you're still on the planet. You're just creepy. You're just creepy and weird. Weird and creepy. Did I mention you're weird? And I was going to put you're weird in the comments. And I said, it's better I just make a response video because you're just weird. You're just a strange person taking up resources that a normal human being deserves to be consuming like air. Just, I couldn't. I was like, is this guy trolling? Maybe this guy's trolling. Okay, so I haven't got time. I was gonna wash some dishes. I ain't washing no damn dish because this is way more important. I might not even wash myself at this point because I gotta go work. Oh God. Another car chat guru. I know, a Derek Jackson wannabe. So let's get into this BS because this guy is weird.
What up, though, ladies and gentlemen? Back at it again with another video. Because, we improving every day. I think it's about time that black men start to understand the meaning of consequence and how consequences work in real life. You know, I was under the impression that consequence is something that we all pretty much develop a solid understanding about by the time we get to about, I'll say at the latest, maybe 6 or 7 years old. Now I'm no child psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever, so that number could be way off. But I understood consequence at a very young age. I do something bad, there's a chance that something bad can happen to me. I do something wrong, there's a chance that something happens back in me that I don't like in response to that negative thing I did. Now, what am I having this conversation about? The conversation is coming around on Black YouTube about how there's a conversation about black women saying abort black babies, right? And I was there to hear it live when it first happened. When Sin was on Taz's live stream, and she first said, if I know that the child brewing in my womb is a male, I'm aborting it. I was there live to first hear it. And as much as it hurt me at the moment, of course I'm a black man, that it sting me a little bit to hear it. But after some thought and some sitting down and really trying to understand her reasoning behind it, and then hearing some explanations behind it, I understood it perfectly. Because let's just use this example. We could give hella examples, but let's use this one. For a long time, at least on YouTube, this probably happens in real life, but at least on YouTube, black men who have black daughters have been ostracized, or if not ostracized, they've at least been, you know, shitted on, for lack of better words, for raising a black daughter. There's always been these conversations about, oh, I would never raise a daughter in 2021. Oh, if you know that you having a daughter, man, you already lost that life. She gonna be for the streets, and
right. Sorry, I accidentally leant on the mic. The last time that happened, people were actually saying, I bet she's going off. This time I actually was going off. Where was I? Okay, so let me go back. This guy basically said, right, that a daughter in 2021, the chances of her being for the streets is quite high. Now, I wouldn't say that it's high, but I would say that there's a high risk of her being negatively impacted unless she's sheltered, because you've got so many people right now who are just overly invested in social media. People are getting, they're having low self-esteem, they're developing eating disorders. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard that bit, but I've never seen so many young girls with, dragon claw eyelashes and nails and, weave. And I'm just thinking, who is paying for all of this stuff? Like, I wouldn't mind teenage girls actually wanting to look good and attract male attention if they were actually looking for husbands. But I know they're not looking for husbands. They're just parading themselves on social media so that they can, so that they can make a little bit of money on the side. Not necessarily OnlyFans, because I don't know what age you have to be to have an OnlyFans account, but then they'll just lie. Maybe they'll use somebody else's details or something to start an account. And once they put on a ton of makeup and adult clothes and things, it's easy for them to present like they're older than they actually are. Okay, and so these girls are not trying to attract husbands. But again, it's not a guarantee that a daughter's going to be for the streets, but there's a big risk out there because whole culture is normalized. Being promiscuous and engaging in certain, behaviors is becoming commonplace. And this whole goofy turns around and says that because Black men are saying they wouldn't want a daughter in 2021 because of the whole culture, that's equivalent to I wouldn't want a son. Why is this a false equivalency? Because it's equivalent in that it's about upbringing. But what these women don't want to acknowledge is that a lot of these males that they complain about come from single parent situations. They come from dysfunction, and that's contributed to why they are dysfunctional. We understand, like, Cynthia G tried to coin some phrase to make herself sound intelligent, talk about Black male worshipping culture. And at the end of the day, how can these Black males be worshipped and at the same time be degenerates and low lives and failing, and Black women are doing so much better than them and yada, yada, yada? You got to pick a struggle. It can't be both. Okay, how can the people who are being worshipped also be at the bottom of the barrel? That don't make no sense. Okay, now the daughters, and even I've said this, if somebody asked me, would I prefer to have a son or a daughter? I'd say a son, because boys are hyperactive when they're little, but once they calm down, they're actually nice. Girls, on the other hand, they start out sweet, but once they start getting a little male attention, a lot of them, in my opinion, they start becoming very, I don't know what the word is, racy, problematic. They start feeling like, I want to have my own man, I want to have my own place, I'm grown, I don't need anyone to tell me anything. And I feel like if there's no man in the house to ground a female, she's definitely more likely to go off the rails. It's just to say that because men were saying that there's a risk to females in this current climate because whole culture is so rewarded and so glamorized is not the same as the reasons why thug culture is kind of glamorized. I don't know if that even makes sense. I don't think the majority of Black males are on thug culture, okay? A lot of, men in general in the West are having sex for the first time later. More and more men are single and childless. So this idea that the degree to which dysfunction is happening to sons and daughters is not even true. And again, these men are not saying that they are saying abort Black daughters. They're not telling Black women, if you're having a daughter, abort her. Okay? they're saying, I personally wouldn't want to have a daughter in this current climate because it's so problematic. But that's not saying let's cull them. Okay? That's not what's being said here. For this guy to turn around and try to equate having a black daughter with in this current climate with aborting black male boys on the potential that they could be dangerous is just stupid. It's just ridiculous. That doesn't make any damn sense. Oh my God, I can't deal with people like this guy, right? This guy's going to talk a lot of rubbish in 8 minutes. I really should sue him for my 8 minutes back, really. 8 minutes and 12 seconds. In fact, it's 16 minutes and 24 seconds because this is the second time I've watched this video.
She gonna be a thought and she gonna be disloyal and all of this and all of that. You know, like.
So when we look at the current climate, I don't think this guy watches a lot of internet, bro. Shout out to Red Pill Awareness. He uploaded a video of like this whole confessions couch business where like a group of girls take it in turns to just talk about the sloppy stuff that they did. And it's like about 5 of them, and they were all high school age, under 18 for sure. And like a couple of them got like expelled for sleeping with their teacher. One of them was like, oh, I had a crush on my teacher, so I started dating his son so that I could actually get in. The thing that shocked me about that clip, where do you find these girls? Do these girls all know each other? Are they all friends? Or do you just put an advert out saying, we're doing confessions on the couch where you're going to talk about the raggedy things that you did? And then they just bring them together like Pop Idol and X Factor. Like, what is this? The Slut Factor? Like, what is this? What is this? Like, are you all birds of a feather flocking together and you were like, let's do this as a crew? Or did they just go and find you guys and you came and did this? I did a video called I call it the Confessions of Broken Black Women. This was like the second time I've seen this where like a group of women take it in turns to confess their goofy behavior. This time it was a group of white chicks. I think they were somewhere in Europe. The accent was a bit, it could have been America, but I think it was Europe. And it was like, obviously after everybody confesses the stupid thing that they did, like I slept with this teacher and I got expelled for it, they're like, yay. And it's like, women are literally telling on themselves. I shared a video on Instagram with some people in the comments, not comments, in the DMs, right? Because somebody uploaded again another video, a couple of chicks confessing how proud they were that they had herpes. Like, this is not people being hyperbolic. There's a real problem out here with females thinking this kind of behavior is okay. And they're not realizing until they're old and it's too late for them. They made a lot of mistakes and, you know, damaged themselves in different ways. Then all of a sudden they want to come back around. So this is not hyperbole. There is a real issue with the over-sexualization of young people. And boys are not going to get play like that. They just aren't. Young boys are not getting a lot of attention from females in their peer group. They might get preyed on by an older woman, but they're not getting that much attention from girls in their peer group. So when it comes to who's more likely to be, you know, hoeing around in their young years, it's more likely to be a female because she has more opportunity to do it. Once she starts coming into her prime, dudes are going to start checking for her. And if she thinks it's okay to make quick money, fast money by just, you know, doing a little something with different guys or, you know, taking certain pictures and putting it on an Instagram or a private Snapchat or something, the guy is not living in reality. The guy's not
anti-black daughter talk has been around for a long time, and that's not even a black thing. That happens all over different areas on the internet, but we don't got to talk about that.
Again, it's not anti-black daughter talk because no one is saying if you are pregnant with a daughter, let's kill her. Okay, just stop. No one said that ever, nowhere, no how. Stop. Okay. All people were saying is, I understand once this girl starts hitting puberty, the chances of her attracting a lot of male attention that I'm going to have to fight off as the father, or her deciding I'm starting to smell myself a little bit, let me get out in these streets, is high. And the risk of that is going up higher because we have a culture that promotes thought behavior. Okay? I don't understand what's hard about that for this dude, grown-ass man, to understand. Oh my God. I'm trying to get through some of these comments because I know people just in here just, you know, this kind of garbage. Again, I haven't got no problem with you making an argument. So this is beyond simping. I don't know what this is. This is called a mental illness and a disease. This is called an addiction. Or is he playing the reform thug who's down for the sisters? He's probably a bum who lives off a sister. Come on. These men are wicked. These men are goofy. These men are goofy. I'm going to get past all of the comments and people say I'm muted. Another impotent man. It's true. Impotent. Shout out to Wacky in the building. I don't even know. Dress for the job you want, I've heard. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, what kind dress for the job you want? But these women are half naked, looking like strippers. And we know a lot of the modern fashion actually came from stripper culture. They wanted to normalize it for a long time. These car chat gurus are either the sensitive type or the reform thug. They're never regular dudes with an honest opinion. If you're literally listening to Cynthia G and Nylah and calling what they have to say reasonable and sensible, you know you've lost in life already. They engage their agency and then later moan about their results. It's just ridiculous. I believe even they won't be loved. No, these guys are only useful idiots. As soon as they're not saying what these women want them to say, agent provocateur for real. As soon as these guys are not saying what they want to say, then trust me, they're gonna throw you to the wolves just like every other black man. He's clearly daft and easily led. Oh, he's yeah, and you're gonna see why in a minute. He can't think clearly because he's in survivalist mode. A group of women just threaten his existence, so he's submitting to them in hopes they'll have mercy and spare his sons. Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. A more idiot than useful. Okay, so I hate these false equivalencies because this is goofy.
The anti-daughter conversation has been happening for a long time. I would never want to have a daughter in this age. Blah, blah, blah. So now we hear Cynthia G bringing up the convo. I would never have a black male child. And if I were to know that I'm having a black male inside of my womb, I would abort it. What is that? That's called a consequence. What really first is called a response.
Again, this is BS, right? I'll tell you why this is BS. Let me not lean on the mic for a second time. I'll tell you why this is BS, right? As I said already, number one, no one said abort black daughters, okay? On the prospect that she might be a hoe. It's like, we're going to have these daughters and we're going to hope and pray a lot, okay? We're going to fast, we're going to pray, we're going to cover them in the blood, and we're going to say, you're not going out till you're 21, okay? So, first of all, mostly, no one is saying abort black daughters, all right? I can't even remember. What did this goofy guy say? I had to rewind it a little bit. Then he's saying it's a consequence. Okay, good. No, it's not one person, as far as I'm aware. If you guys have heard it, let me know. I've never heard a black woman say one of the reasons why we're saying abort black male boys is because we hear black men saying we don't want black daughters. I've never heard anybody say that critical of daughters, okay? But it's a false equivalency, because if you raise a son right, he'll be right. If you raise a daughter right, she'll be right. You know, the whole conversation about abort. The whole thing about abort black male babies is so disingenuous, because at the end of the day, we are a product of our upbringing. Okay.
And if I were to know that I'm having a black male inside of my womb, I would abort it. What is that? That's called
being goofy. It's called being goofy.
It's called a response.
It's called being an idiot.
But that response is a consequence.
It's called being a single mother without a man.
For how many years now? Ostracizing certain YouTubers. You know,
what
YouTubers? When they say
YouTubers?
they got a black daughter. So they defend women even stronger, and they have an even deeper understanding of what it means to be protective and support women because they have black daughters. And y'all say that.
Oh, okay. So basically, he's talking about Taz. He has to be talking about Taz. Okay, he has to be talking about Taz. You know, Taz, who is the, you know, ace, simp, coon. I don't even know how to like the word coon. He's just the ace panderer of the internet. Okay. And then he's hiding behind, well, I've got daughters, so I want to be protective of daughters. Just because you're protective of daughters doesn't mean to say you can't call nonsense out, man. Oh. So he's talking about Taz. Okay, let's just keep it about.
You know, y'all not supposed to care no more. You know, if your daughter over 18, why do you give a fuck? This and that, this and that. Trying to make.
That's something more a black woman would say. Okay, let's keep it about. When Deja, T.I.'s daughter, turned around and said, I feel some type of way that my dad put on the internet, that he, you know, he checks to see if I'm still a virgin. I saw black women running around talking about, why is he getting all up in her business? She's a grown woman. She's 18. She can do what she wants now. I saw a lot of men saying, you guys complain that fathers are not in their daughters' lives and that, you know, black men don't protect black females, but this is a form of protection. Okay. So I don't see black men saying, why are you bothered about your daughter? I see black women who keep the father out of the picture. Then when the situation goes bad, then they're asking the black man to come and fix the problem after it's already gone badly. Okay. So I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh.
Make them feel bad or make them feel stupid for having a black daughter. Now black women come up, some of them talking about
these guys are always lying. I don't know why these guys live to lie so damn much. Ain't no one making you feel bad because you have a black daughter. What people are making you feel bad about is the fact that you're disingenuous. You are disingenuous about the state of affairs. That is what people are criticizing you for. You're trying to make out like women are just sugar and spice and everything nice. They never say or do anything wrong. And that, you know, if you have a daughter or your daughter's so perfect or the exception to the rule or whatever, and it's not like that. Or you're trying to basically absolve all women of any kind of accountability because you got a daughter. Like you're seeing every woman through the eyes of your daughter who may be as a decent female. And I'm not saying that a lot of black women are not decent. I'm just saying the ones who are not are at the forefront. They're the ones who everybody is focused on and talking about, not the chicks who are actually just quiet and, you know, as Obsidian would call it, the homely sisters. Okay? So just because you've got some daughters that are decent, that don't mean everybody else's daughter is on the right path. We literally just watched a couple of videos of females talking about going on damn ghetto gaggers and how, you know, for $2,000, she allowed these white guys to just completely brutalize her. And she's like, oh, I was disowned by my family because she didn't say that actually. Her family, her grandmother was the one. And then the next video that came out was of a mother taking her daughter to ghetto gaggers and is sitting there. The demonic energy. Look, I'm not even going to bother because it's too much, right? I might do it. I might touch on it later, but I'm not going to. I don't know if I can even be asked to make a video. But you have a woman who's standing there holding her daughter's hair back while white men, you know, I don't know what the word to use because it's just disgusting, on her daughter's face. Okay, I can't even fill in the gap. So I just leave it as a gap and you guys can fill in the damn gap. And she's like, obviously she was doing some type of porn. And she's like, well, you know, if my daughter's starting out at the bottom, it just is what it is. If this is her start into the porn industry, then it's, you know, so be it. I'm like, what? Like, there are black women out here who are embarrassed to let their parents know they smoke cigarette. And your mother is coming with you to ghetto gaggers to watch you get abused and hold your hair back in the process. Are you like, bruh? And then you're out here complaining about the men. And then you've got mothers like this who send their daughters on these kind of on these fail missions. I don't even know what to call it. We had a video some months back of a mother and a daughter who are waxing each other and showing each other sex tapes. What part about this sick society don't you get, bro? Which part of that are you not seeing? No, you see, bro, these men, these are the kind of men that Cynthia, I'm not going to say these are the kind of men that Cynthia G should be aborting, bro, but I swear to God, dudes like this, we cannot build anything with a dude like this. A specimen like this is a strange creature. Weird, strange. The mental gymnastics and contortions this guy is doing, I cannot understand it. I'm just looking, I'm just like, I don't know. Nah. Somebody come and catch your escaped convict or asylum person, because this person is a lunatic. This person is nuts. And to think that you're a male and you would think this makes any common freaking sense. No.
Have black male babies. I understand that.
I understand that.
I understand that.
But I wish I'd been aborted.
Nylah says put it real well. She said that for a lot of black men, having a son is a privilege, or a gift of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Take away that privilege from a lot of these dudes.
Jesus.
A lot of these dudes, if they ain't worth nothing, take away the privilege of giving them a son. Because a lot of black men.
Remember when I did the video? This video was 12th of October, so a month ago. I don't even know when I did my video. I think I did mine 3 weeks ago. Okay. I have to go back into the something to figure it out. I think it was 3 weeks ago. It could be, it could be 4 weeks ago, but not to the month. You know when people take too much crack. The video says 3 weeks ago. So this guy did, and I did a video called The Land of Black Men and Kids Only, right? And that was 1 month ago. So me and this brother, we could have done this video around the same time. No, he did his video on the 12th of October. I did my video, The Land of Black Men and Kids Only, on the 14th, 2 days after this. I've not seen this video until this morning, right? And what did I say to you in that video? That these women are trying to collectively spite the community of black men by basically saying, seeing as you value sons. I did say that in the Abort Black Male Babies video. Because men typically are patriarchal and they look forward to having a son, we're going to spite you as a collective group by just refusing to give birth to your sons. Now, I already told you, ladies, if you're listening to this, please understand, if the man doesn't like you and if the man doesn't want you, he is glad you had the abortion. He doesn't want to be connected to you for the next lifetime. If he wanted to be connected to you, he would have dropped to one knee and proposed. If he didn't propose, he doesn't want you like that. So you're not spiting anybody by denying him a son. This is a straw man argument. Okay? I told you, I haven't seen this video, but I told you, I feel like this is what it is. You're basing this assumption on a presupposition that a lot of men, black men, are not patriarchal like that. They're just not. They might want a son. I'm sure a lot of black men would even prefer a daughter because they're so indoctrinated with this idea that we have to uplift the black woman at every opportunity. We have to uplift the queen, So this is the kind of guy that would abort a black boy and say, I only want daughters. This little clown right here. If you watch this, if you come through, I'm just letting you know, I think you're a clown. You're goofy. You're weird. You're strange. Okay? You're just strange. Okay? And I told you, they start off with a false premise and build an entire narrative on something no one said. Do men generally like having sons? I believe so. Why? Because they either want to do with a son what their father did with them, catch a ball, things that, or sometimes they didn't have a father and they look forward to sharing in that experience, but because they didn't get it, they want to give it. But most men I've ever heard are like, I don't care if I have a son or a daughter as long as the child is healthy. So this idea that you are going to deprive black men of sons they don't want with you is ridiculous. It's like somebody saying to me, you know, with all due respect, I'm sorry, you know, it's like I've got a doo-doo sandwich. You know, it's like, and then somebody offers it to you, like, I know you want this sandwich. Like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Who doesn't want a sandwich full of poop? It's like, it's amazing. Look at it. It's like, nobody? Yes, you do. I can see it in your eyes. You really want this sandwich. It's like, no, I don't want kids with you. If you have an abortion, you're doing me a favor. It's a false premise. Now, if you were married in a committed relationship and then afterwards the guy made it really clear, I want kids, specifically a son, and then you're like, well, by the way, Nina, guess what I did today? Then that's a different thing altogether. But these women are not in committed relationships with men who want to be there with them. They're just having sex with different guys, and then they're like, I'm going to collectively spite the black community by not giving birth to the sons they didn't want. Like, in what universe did that ever make any freaking sense?
For a lot of men in general, do, you know, want to have a son.
He's talking BS. He's like, they do want to have a son. I'm really trying to convince myself out here. I'm just driving around going nowhere, talking a lot of rubbish on the internet. What the
Take
heck?
away that privilege. Take away that.
What privilege?
That, you know, gift or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me flip on this computer because
navigating this black society. They don't want to listen. Okay, let's stop having sex with them. Let's close our legs off to them.
Okay, so again, this was a goofy statement to make. T.I. had every right to check his daughter's virginity. Yeah, the thing about it is this: you can't have criticisms that these girls are unprotected, but then at the same time, when you do tell them this is how you can protect yourself, shout out to the Breakdown of Woman's Perspective. They just did a great live stream talking about this concept of protection again. And, you know, shout out to Concrete Rose. She said, you know, protection isn't just, I'm going to run around strong arming everybody. You know, it is, in fact, telling women, be careful. This is how you avoid certain situations. If you claim that you're so under threat, are you moving like somebody who's conscious of a real danger? Or are you putting yourself in situations where you're more likely to be victimized? So protection starts with you protecting yourself and moving in a way that's wise. Okay, because we don't live in the land of fairies and unicorns where everybody's just a good person. You have to, you know, you have to protect yourself. You know, some people say self-defense is not really effective, but, you know, if you're in the States, you can get a firearm. Don't go to certain places late at night. And first and foremostly, why are you even in those areas? Why don't you try to move somewhere where the crime is less so that you can just be in a safer situation? And I said, like, if women really want community-based, you know, support and protection, Black women will have to start putting their hand in their pocket for it. Okay? Fund initiatives where Black men are not risking their lives in the community for random Black women for nothing in return. Okay? Support them with body armor, body cams, you know, weapons, tasers, or whatever it is that they're allowed to carry, you know, so that they can go out and police these rough neighborhoods at night. And you can go out at 2 a.m. to get whatever you need to get from the liquor store so desperately at that time of night. Okay? and you're not out there on your own because there's a team of men, you know, policing the environment. Planned Parenthood. Shout out to Ryan James in the building. He says Planned Parenthood or planned obsolescence. For real. Okay, T.I. has every right to check what's going on under his own roof. And I see something happen with Zonique. I haven't watched the video yet, but, you know, Zonique is not his biological daughter. That's his stepdaughter. And so the same way that T.I.'s daughter, Deja, was born in a two-parent household or in a two-parent situation, and at 18, she's still a virgin. I understand like she's got some issues with her mental health, and maybe she's kind of more quiet, so she keeps herself to herself. So that contributed. Zonique, on the other hand, came from a single mother situation and then was the stepdaughter, and now she's a single mother to like a industry pookie or something, it looks like. Taz is one of the fakest dudes out here. Most definitely. More people should be concerned about virginity in society, and that would, you know, that would save a lot of people a lot of heartache. His rhetoric should be put outside for the bin men. You know, at this point, maybe he should be put outside for the bin men, because it's just ridiculous. Shout out to Big Mag in the building. Classic Simp. Black woman code onboarding. I don't even understand. Okay. Celine said they have no shame. Now that's a mammy. A man who does that, is a mammy, does that is a mammy. It was the mammy who prepared her daughter and other black girls for the master. That's true. That is true. Black women who set their daughters up to basically have no options but to sleep around and it was just ridiculous. All these places hiring right now, yet these women choose to get degraded on the internet for a check. And we're not even talking about a big check. We're talking about, you know, 2,000. Now I get it, to a 19-year-old, $2,000 is probably a lot of money, but it's still hardly a bag. Walmart is always hiring. You know, these are the weak men black women mate with and then complain about. Exactly. These are the black men who they can use, and so they love. They I don't even know what to call it. In the old days, he'll be put in the ground. Oh God. You guys saw that. I'm not even gonna go there. I think this person just typed something and then they deleted it. Where's it gone? Something about black women are being strapped to the table or something. Some person came through and I don't know, did someone snipe that person? Code onboarding with these ratchet females. Let's try to get through this because I've got 5 minutes.
It's black men talking about close your legs. Who you gonna have sex with? Who you gonna have babies with? Oh, they trying to be out here having white babies and having sex with white men, but white men ain't gonna love y'all and all this blah blah blah. But y'all been
okay, so again, calm down now. Again, the numbers prove that in America, the vast majority of white men are not picking black women before they pick Asians or Latinas. Even here, I told you, when I was young, I didn't even realize interracial dating was a thing that happened between black and white people, because the vast majority of interracial couples I saw were white men with Asian women. Okay, and so even to this day, white men tend to date Asian women before they will date, you know, they will date black women. Okay. And that's because, you know, the culture and everything is compatible more. So even amongst younger people, I still see a lot of white people with Asian people, whether it's Asian women with white men or the other way around. And so some things haven't changed. Close your legs. Well, how the hell are you having black daughters if you're closing your legs to black men, dummy? The hell's wrong with this guy? These women obviously don't have closed legs if they're conceiving black daughters. Wow. Retarded much? It's like the guy didn't think this thing through, but he's like, I gotta kiss Nyla's ass. I gotta kiss Nyla's ass. I gotta show him down for the deem. Why are you not dead?
telling black women to close their legs for up 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been
No
telling
one is
black
asking
women,
black women to close their legs. That black men have not. Jesus Christ. All black men said was stop opening your legs to the wrong kind of men. The guys who won't commit to you, the guys who have no prospects, the guys who have no job, the guys who are just losers, the guys who are dangerous, the guys in the streets, the guys with a criminal record, the guys who have no future prospects. These are the kind of dudes you should have your legs closed for, not a wholesome, upstanding, law-abiding citizen, okay, who wants to marry you. It's not just become a nun. It's don't deal with guys who are degenerates. It's that simple. What's hard about that for you to understand? It's not either or. It's not one or the other. It shouldn't be this complicated for a grown adult man to understand. Okay? But if you're conceiving black daughters, then you're obviously not closing your legs. So why you are saying that, I don't understand. I need this guy to stand on this C4, man, because he's really giving me a hard time. Not you dead yet. God have mercy, the guy's goofy.
Stop having all this sex, stop having these babies with men who you know ain't gonna be good fathers. And that's exactly what they saying they gonna do. And y'all getting mad.
Oh no, so what he's basically trying to say is that black men are automatically not good fathers.
Death, right? I was raised
Was
by
your
both
father good?
I love my mama to death. I love my sister to death. On my mama's side of the family, it's damn near all women. I love all them women to death. All my little cousins, my little girls.
This little simping forcer.
All my older cousins, that's women. I love them to death, right? So when I think about it in that way, it makes even more sense to me. I would never want one of my little cousins that's a girl, you know, when she grows up through her teens and her adulthood, I would never want her to get with a dude who ain't worth nothing. I would never want her to get pregnant by one of these dudes who, if I were to talk to him, I would know that he ain't about to be around like that. I would never want her to get played by some of these dudes who were able to pretend that, you know, they a good man, they gonna be around, and then soon as, you know, she get pregnant or as soon as she had that baby, he start acting different, and then he acting like he want to dip out, and he actually do it. Well, I would never want that to happen.
This is wait, pause.
So then it makes even more sense.
Somewhere. This guy is so damn stupid. I don't want to swear, but this guy is a fool. What he just said was the most retarded, backwards ass thing I've heard. Bro, if you care about these women so much, why aren't you vetting the guys that they're dealing with? It's really that simple. Seeing as you care so much and you're actually there, vet them. You notice how this fool, this guy, God forgive me, because we're not supposed to call people fool, but this guy is dumb. How can you say I care about the women in my family, but then when the guys come around, you're letting them smash your family members without a ring? Where is the conversation about no ringy, no dingy, no wedding, no womb? Where's that conversation? Where's the marry before you carry conversation in this whole diatribe that this goofy has put me through for 6 minutes and 20 seconds? The reason why, bro, I don't want to start cussing out the females in your family, but I'm super, super close, because let's just keep it a buck. That's a generation of single motherhood and baby mamaism you have in that portion of your family. Shall we just keep it all the way 100? Okay, all of those women have got faulty thinking. That's why they're all single with kids. Stop it. You see, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, this guy's backwards. This guy is backwards. He is so backwards. It's unbelievable. Where is the conversation about marry before you carry? Or is it because the women in your family can't get a ring? Which one is it? You see, I didn't want to go there, but you're talking. No, stop. It's 7:05 in the morning. Let me chill out. Neighbors are going to get upset. The guy said, I care about the women in my family, but I wouldn't want them to deal with a guy. So basically, you're a waste man as well. You're a loser and a bum as well, because you're basically insinuating that it's automatic that from your melanated a male, you're basically a low-life loser who doesn't take up their responsibility. So you're one of them as well. You're a bum as well. Like when you throw all black men under the bus, don't think you're not included. So you must be a loser as well. Some people, they're just...
It make even more sense.
They talk so much crap, they talk themselves into a corner.
I encourage all women. I encourage all black women. Stay away from these niggas who ain't gonna do nothing for you, bro. Stay away from them.
But then you're basically saying that's all. Then you're basically saying that's all.
I care about y'all. And I care about us as a community.
No, shut up.
The way it's going right now, you know, we looking bad out here. Black men are looking real ugly out here. And I know a lot of men don't like talking about men if we don't talk about women. So they gonna say, oh, you saying the black men look ugly. What about the black women looking ugly too? I ain't with all that. I'm a man. So I have no discomfort. It don't make me uncomfortable to talk about the wrongdoings of men and not bring up the women right after. I just don't have to do that. I could say the black men are looking real ugly outside right now, and I don't have to bring up women right behind.
Okay, let's just say black men looking real ugly out here. Why? This is the part of the conversation I never hear. Even though I don't really listen, I'll be honest with you, I can't tolerate that nonsense for too long. I'm watching an 8-minute video, I'm already worked up. Okay, I wish I had a wife to hit and a dog to kick right now because this guy is just triggered. But the question is why? Where did these men come from? Did they just hatch out of an egg? Like, where did these guys come from? Even if we accept, okay, black men are looking bad out here, including you, because you are one of them, you are a black man, you will be called a dusty once you don't toe the line. Where did these men originate from? And a lot of them are coming from single mother households with no strong father in the home. 1 minute we're talking about all black men, then we're talking about the so-called niggers. Okay, well, just avoid the niggers, quote unquote. And then you shouldn't have these problems. But these women don't want those guys who are not in that category. Look, let me just leave the women in your family alone, yeah? Let me leave them alone.
That's a deflection tactic. Come on now.
Sir, bye. Go.
But yeah, man. Consequence. Black men been treating black women wrong, to say the least, for decades. Well before I was born. Y'all know I'm 21. I'm born in 2000.
So this little, wet behind the ears milk dude has literally just been born. And he's already out here talking about stuff that happened years before his time that he wasn't even privy to seeing. What are you saying, bro? What are you really talking about? 21 years of age. And he's coming like a lot of these females who basically just heard this rhetoric on the internet 5 minutes ago. And then they just started repeating it because they realized it will make them money. So that's the video. I don't even know what to say. Oh, apart from, why do these people keep coming? Why aren't you all dead yet? Oh. So I really appreciate everybody who came through to this morning rant.
Decades before I was around, black men was treating black women wrong. And now black women, they about to get a consequence. Some of y'all mad. Some of us, we understand it.
Ain't nobody mad.
No, we thorough. We ain't gonna be on the bad side of them consequences. We gonna get our way through. But the rest of y'all, it's pretty steep for y'all. That's the topic for the day, man. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.
So that's the BS for this morning. Okay, that was so goofy. That was so much garbage. The guy was weird as hell. He said a whole lot of nothing about I understand it. The guy was definitely a big clown. And yeah, he understands. He don't understand nothing. As soon as you don't say what they want to hear you say, you're also going to be thrown under the bus. Shouldn't women want a square guy who will know how to build a family? I mean, that should be the course of things. But these women are not raised with that mentality. They're not raised to value what is right. In this society, people are being raised to be very superficial, very shallow. very short-term focused. No money, no honey. That's a good one. No peso, no say so is a good one. And these women, they're just doing bad all by themselves. That's how they feel. You see, he doesn't need to be a square. He just needs to be a real man. Exactly. A lot of these women have never seen a real man. They've never engaged a real man. They've never, had a father in the home. Shout out to That's Nice in the building. How much do you want to bet that he has a baby mama, if not more? I would almost bet my life on it. I would almost bet my life on it and he probably has a daughter, and he was cajoled by all the women in his family that even if he didn't want the child, he has to step up and be a father, which I'm not against. At the end of the day, if you are as a man engaging in unprotected sex, the risk as much as she does. But the thing about it is this: the women complain about the men they have children for when they could prevent pregnancy. And no, I don't mean abortion. I mean, find a form of birth control or forms of birth control that work for you and use them. Sex does not equate to pregnancy. And these women, a lot of them know they will never get married. So they have children as a safety net. They have children as a support system. They have children for companionship. And that's the surrogate husband that they will never have. Okay, so we just got to keep it a buck. The majority are square in the mind, but real masculine men in stature and character is what I mean. I had to skip through some of these questions, the comments, but that guy in the No Jumper interview had fake masculinity. Yeah, a lot of these street dudes, they are overly emotional. They are actually, J. Khan, they come from single mother households. That's why they're so emotional, so volatile, so dangerous. A man raised by a single woman is significantly more likely to be physically or sexually violent. So if you want less violent, dangerous black men, just raise your children with a father, or give the boys to their father. Give the children in general to their father after they reach a certain age so he can calm them down. We saw the dads on duty, just the impact of having a male presence on the campus, how it calmed everybody, male and female, down. And I hear that there were women criticizing the dads on duty thing, allegedly saying that these men probably don't have jobs. Well, if they didn't have jobs, why aren't they there full time? They said they take it in shifts. Why? Because they've got jobs. If black men are looking ugly, why do they keep getting pregnant? Exactly. The issue is this: no one really gives a damn. If you really feel that way, like you can do better, just go do better. Just go and get a white man. No one's holding you hostage here. No one is holding you hostage, black women. If you feel like you can get a high value white man or a decent white guy who's going to treat you right, you are free as the air to go and get that white man. If you can get him, go. Stop hovering around threatening to leave and just leave. Knocking says, black people use the N-word, are displaying their low racial self-esteem. The N-word is the language of the slave. That you is a clown. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some people say that there are N-words and there are black people. Brian James says male, feminine. But we're making a distinction between the degenerate black people who are non-productive in society and the majority of black people who are fine. And these women spend all day talking about the minority and the guys they should be avoiding, that they have these children for, and then complain about. I don't take people like him seriously. You can't. And you can't negotiate. You can't reason, because these people don't want to be reasonable. A young waste man is still a waste man. A Gen Z talking like this. Exactly. He's just as indoctrinated as a lot of the females he seems to not understand are also being influenced. Once again, these guys are in it to get laid and paid. Yeah, definitely. He understands where the bread is, man. He knows telling these black women what they want to hear will boost his channel quickly and he'll get money off of them. But the black women have shown that they rather be lied to and then just hear what they want than to hear the truth. They keep coming because the community keeps producing them. Exactly. I will not like or subscribe any of his videos. Yeah, don't, because it's he's crazy. Oh, I was doing so well, but I have to die because I gotta go. Where are we? That's the comments. He hasn't lived enough life to know what he's rambling on about. Exactly. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Exactly. There's no money. There's no money, no honey. The same thing as no peso, no say so, no ringy, no dingy, no glove, no love. You know, no wedding, no womb, no hymen, no diamond, no hymen. They're all the same thing. They mean before you should have sexual access to a woman, you should commit to her in marriage. All right. And I'm 35, no children, and wanted to raise a family in Yahweh Elohim and Yeshua, but these modern Jezebels are not worth it. Exactly. You're just going to have to go out here and find, oh, when is my next stream? I don't know. When somebody triggers me like this again. Sadly, more women match Proverbs 7, the strange woman who is whorish. Definitely. Where are we? Right, we're at the bottom. I really appreciate everybody who came through to this morning blow off of steam. This was terrible. This was shocking and sad. I can't believe that a black man would really co-sign this rubbish. If white men want black women in mass, they would have them. Exactly. And that's the point. If black women can do better, just go and do better. No one is holding you hostage in the black community. No one is forcing you to have children with any man. Once again, I really appreciate everybody who came through. If you are new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. You know, share the video with somebody who needs to see it. Give it a big thumbs up or a thumbs down. And obviously, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.